That really pissed me off. I mean, there was no commercial value in that whatsoever. You were just being an asshole.
Yeah, dude. Dad, what's your overall impression of your numbnuts dipshit son?
You know, you're actually pretty smart and do a exceptional job of hiding it. You act like an asshole and you talk like an asshole and you behave like an asshole. But behind that, you're an awfully smart guy that's figured out how to turn all of that into a very successful entertainment career.
All right, cool. In my career, I've done a number of things that have upset you. When I came up with the plan to stick a toy car up my butt, that was particularly disappointing to you.
You didn't want to do it because your dad would disown you?
You know, it's like when your parents say, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed, you know? Like, that hurts so much more.
It would have been disappointing if you'd done it, but you schlepped that off on somebody else and got a lot of laughs for telling the story.
But on the subsequent movie, I put a beer bong up my butt.
Sorry, Dad, but nobody's gonna miss this for the world. This is the butt jug.
I didn't have an opportunity to comment on that.
Oh, open wide. Oh my God.
Because I learned to not tell you the ideas. There was my very high-profile arrest for international drug smuggling. You gotta remember that one.
Of course. I bailed you out.
International drug smuggler.
You know, I was sitting on a farm in rural Morocco when I got the phone call. I was actually kind of proud that I pulled it off within 48 hours.
Narcotic smuggling.
When I got arrested in Louisiana and I was facing 8 years in prison for felony obscenity and principal to second-degree battery, I was proud that I got arrested for stapling my ball sack to my leg.
Yeah, that would be a major accomplishment.
What were you thinking when you got that call?
That he must have a sore ball sack.
How about when I got arrested on the crane protesting SeaWorld?
I thought that was a pretty stupid thing to do. It certainly, as you later pointed out, didn't do all that much to accomplish your goal. Defacing the road sign on the highway probably did at least as much because that was in the proximity of SeaWorld.
If doing that was wrong, I don't want to be right. Screw you, SeaWorld. Woo!
And was more directly connected.
Right.
In the end, it was probably a decent investment in career-building publicity.
All right, so that's a win too. I put out a video called The Career Ender in 2002. It was me ejaculating on a guy's computer.
A few years after you show your video of you blowing a load on my desk, people aren't going to be laughing so much.
I thought you were probably better than that.
Hi, I'm Steve-O. I masturbate on TV. Okay, that's mainstream television. Show that to an agent. See if you get a movie deal out of that. Don't think so.
There's my new tour, which is, of course, multimedia. It's called The Bucket List. And you came to the show and saw me masturbating and ejaculating as I fell out of an airplane.
I'm Steve-O, and this is skyjacking.
Yeah, I didn't really think that was great.
You were very upset to learn that I went through an X-ray machine. It was a cool shot. I mean, you could see right through my whole body. The guy pointed at my wiener saying it was really small. And I said to the guys, well, you don't think I'm going to get radiation sickness, do you? And they said, it's called cancer, dude.
And maybe that will ultimately cause cancer.
So that one is...
It's a win.
That's it. You're right.
No, it's a bad trade-off.
I'll never forget one time we were at dinner and you said to me, how can swimming with sharks while having chum strapped to you possibly be safe? And I said, duh, we were with Manny.
Yeah, I like Manny, but my confidence was misplaced.
Well, he said on the first Jackass movie, he said, if an alligator gets a hold of Steve-O, Steve-O will relax and the alligator will release him.
If he falls and he lands near an alligator grabs a hold of him, Steve-O will relax, let the alligator take him, and hope that the alligator will release him.
Hi, I'm Steve-O, and this is Alligator Tightrope.
Yeah,
That's a fucking good one.
pretty profound expert testimony.
I'm not brilliant.
Hi, I'm Steveo, and I'm about to jump into some poo.
Do you remember that one?
I do, and what I remember most is that the plastic toy swimming pool in which you'd put the elephant poo remained in your mother's front yard for a week, causing all kinds of problems from the neighbors and the HOA. I thought that was sort of a shitty thing to do.
Yeah. Tattoos have been a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, actually, I brag about one of your tattoos to my friends at the golf club.
Your name on my butt?
Yes. When you didn't have a penny to your name and you'd walk up to a stranger in the bar, he'd say, "I'm Harry." You'd look at him and say, "Son of a bitch, I've got your name tattooed on my ass." And then you'd bet him a beer. And then you'd drop your drawers and it had your name on your ass. I thought, hey, that is entrepreneurial.
So what tattoo strikes you as the most disappointing?
The dripping penis that happily is in the process of getting erased.
Well, I was getting it erased, and then halfway through the process, I couldn't part with it, so I've got
Well, it's less visible and...
less visible.
Yeah, that compared to what it once was.
I remember showing up to visit, and I had freshly inked shit and fuck on my knuckles.
You did.
You pointed to my knuckles and said, "That's dumb." Then you pointed to the penis and said, "But I'm personally offended by that."
Well, that's true.
Dad and my sister and my niece, who was 4 years old, all came out to the premiere of Jackass #2. We were on the red carpet, and I just whipped out my wiener and peed all over the red carpet.
That really pissed me off. I mean, there was no commercial value in that whatsoever. You were just being an asshole.
Right.
Why did you do that?
I think that, like, on a perhaps subconscious level, I was mad at that red carpet. I feel like it represented my peak, that nothing was ever going to be that big again.
You can't take any steps backwards, and so what we've done is made a new movie that took a bad situation and made it a whole lot worse.
I remember at the party after the premiere, you were as depressed as I've ever seen you. That upset me probably more than anything you've done on camera.
Fortunately, it kind of sped up my process of hitting rock bottom. So,
Well, if there hadn't been a Jackass 2 movie and you'd been broke with no future, you would have had the same conclusion.
probably. You're right. So that one's a wash.
A landmark in your career was the MTV special, Steve-O, The Lies and Rise. And I watched that. I never realized it was that bad, which was a fault on my part. But boy, the progress you made since that depth, I found really exhilarating. You've done a lot of good for a lot of people, and given that that was the starting point, I think it's almost a little bit inspirational.
So, terrible drug addiction is a huge win.
No, but recovery from terrible drug
Right.
addiction is a huge win.
The shocking felony arrests, the fucked up drug abuse, the perverted, promiscuous groupie sex, not to mention that bukkake shoot I was a part of. I hold nothing back in this book. And, you know, I sign every copy, being ever so careful to make sure that each signature looks exactly like a dick shooting shit out, right? I mean, you guys are buying them, and I'm signing them to keep up with the pace, man. This book is average 5-star rating on Amazon for a damn good reason, because it's juicy as fuck. And you can get them at steveo.com. So, order now, motherfuckers. Order now. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent a lot more time drawing dicks than you even imagined. Maybe I'm kind of OCD with it, but that's how I do it every single book, every single time, with love. Like real love. So now, lastly, let's say thanks to my dad. Just a real champ. Thank you to everybody for watching, and Dad, I love you so much. think that's going to be a real winner.
Is a huge one.
Ah, shut